Pisces, hello there, my beautiful friends. We're going to do your general tarot reading for late September 2024. Thank you so much for joining me today. You know, I appreciate each and every single one of you. So let's get right down to business as always and start you off with an oracle card here, just so we can dip our toes in the energy and see what's happening for the lovely Piscean people out there. Hope you're all doing fabulous and fantastic, my friends. Let's get it going. And God, Spirit Team, talk to me. What do you got for us? What do you got for the Pisces collective here? And yeah, what energies, messages, insights. And we're just going to take a real quick look at this first card. Then we'll get into the full reading itself. And at the very end, I'll pull you a bonus card from the Shadowland Tarot, just to see what might be in the shadows or what shadow work you can lean into, which is always interesting. But let's get it going here. Let's rock and see what we got for Pisces in late September. It's Libra season. Beautiful time of year, if I do say so myself. Let's get it going here. One card to start us. There we go. Beautiful. We have little Miss Ariel. And again, I feel like I've seen her in recent weeks more so than usual. Not sure if it's shown up in one of our readings here, my Piscean friends, but I love her when she shows up to me. Yeah, her head's in the clouds a little bit in this image, but I love the connotations that come along with this card because it is a nice future focus. Now, before we fully dive into that, if you're new here, I'll be speaking about the September subscriber surprise towards the end, so you might want to check that out. And also, if you could kindly illuminate that like button by tapping it right on its third eye, you know, I'd greatly appreciate it. But enough of the promo, into the reading. Let's talk about our good friend Ariel over here. And yeah, I did name this card the Little Mermaid, with her red hair chilling. And I'm sure we've all seen the movie about a dozen times or two. So we see her there surrounded by the beautiful things in the ocean. There's just gorgeous nature, but she's kind of half in, half out of the water. To me, this is a huge card of having a future focus. Like, hey, where am I going? Where do I want to be? And that's the interesting thing with the mythology around this story is like, okay, I mean, she's a princess, she's comfortable, she's cool, everything's okay, but there's more that she's wanting. There's some place where she'd rather be. So for a lot of you, you might be getting ready to embark on a new journey when this card shows up. It's very good. Now, again, notice her head is in the clouds, so it does indicate some sort of imaginative type of energy. And listen, as part of the Pisces collective myself, I know we have very active minds, very active imaginations. It's like we have one foot in the material, one foot in the etheric every day. And there's nothing wrong with that, in my opinion. But just know, you might be daydreaming a little more so than normal when Ariel shows up. There's nothing wrong with that because that helps us move forward. So we're just going to put her down right there. Let's get into tarot. And I always say the first card doesn't make or break the reading. It's just a little footnote. So let's get you 3 tarot cards in the upright. Then we'll get into that intuitive juiciness. Shuffle it up one time here for the Pisceans, please. And guides, what do we got? And while we get this deck shuffled up and ready to go, we're going to talk about last week's reading. It was titled A Massive Win, a beautiful turn of energy, because I did notice for a few weeks there, we had some ups and downs, some rocky roads in the Pisces readings. Last week's looked very promising. And I always say wins come in all different shapes and sizes. There's various different ways that you could collect a win. And it felt extremely promising energetically for the Pisces collective. So I hope you got one. And just know that that energy could bleed over for a couple weeks. But let's see what shows up this week. As you know, energy is very fluid. It's never set in stone. So only take this how it hits for you. Because we could be seeing your vibe or somebody else's. You know how tarot goes. Let's get 3 cards out here for you, my friends. What do we got? What is happening with us? Okay, whoa, all right, 9 of Cups. So are we picking up where we left off? I hope we are. Okay, we got this very comfy, cozy 9 of Cups right there. We're going to stick him right by that amethyst where he could chill out and enjoy the energies. Let's get a couple more. What do we got? Thank you. Page of Wands, communication, very nice, very good. Okay, and again, the energy towards like new journeys, new adventures, this is really promising. Let's get one more. Could be good, especially if you're going through some tumultuous things. Yeah, 6 of Swords, moving forward. Beautiful. So something to me feels like it's going to start picking up steam really, really quick, because already on an intuitive sense, to me, it feels like the energy is going to start snowballing here. It's like, yeah, we got this cool 9 of Cups, comfy, cozy where it is, just like Ariel, and then it's like spark plug, boom, things start picking up. Business starts picking up. So I like this. Let's go through. I'll give you some of the classical meanings and archetypes, and we'll get into that juicy, intuitive stuff. But at first glance, you know me, I always like to look at the elements first. We're starting off with water, which us Pisceans are extremely comfortable with. We got some fire, we have some air. So again, it's like we're coming from a place of comfort or stability, and then boom, these energies do mix things up and move them forward. So yeah, the fire air could be a little unpredictable, it could be a little explosive, but it's moving things forward. And that's why I'm getting this snowballing effect. Okay, so just know any new things you start, new ventures, new journeys, things you start manifesting, it's like a snowball effect. Like it's going to continue to pick up steam. So this could be really good, especially if you're going through things, because we have improvement showing up as well. So let's go through piece by piece and really start to build this out. Position number one, we have the Nine of Cups. Now, you know me, I always like to mention the positives and challenges of all the cards. So we'll start with the positives. We see our friend here, John Travolta. He's chilling. He has 9 cups. He's happy as can be. This is a card of wish fulfillment. Again, it's welcoming, affectionate type of energy as well. It's kind, it's soft. And in the positive sense, this is someone that's just very comfortable. So for a lot of you, if you've been going through some tough times recently, this is what we like to see, because it's like, okay, all right, I feel good now. That's just how it feels to me, like I feel good, relieved. Now, in the challenging aspect, so you take it and apply it to your situation however you will. Since this is such a wide open energy, sometimes you might give a little too much. You might be a little too kind. You might be a little too nice when the Nine of Cups is here. This can also be a very indulgent type of energy as well. So in this time, Spirit could be saying like, hey, Pisces, maybe you shouldn't do that or whatever. Like there can be overindulgences with the Nine of Cups. That's the one thing. So maybe some of you are in party mode possibly when this card is here. But again, to me, it's coming from a place of like comfort. It just feels comfy, cozy to me to start, where like it feels happy. So if you've been going through some tough things, that's what I like to see. Moving to the center, this is where we start getting a little bit of a shakeup, and it doesn't necessarily have to be a bad one. We have the Page of Wands, so fire sign energy. Think Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, action-oriented type of vibes. Now, all pages represent new. Whether it is new individuals, new people, new journeys, new businesses, new careers, you name it. Pages are not a fully developed energy. Now, the positive of this could represent learning a lot of new things. This could also represent communication, conversation. The Page of Wands is very fiery. So it is something that lights a flame within you. It's something that lights a passion within you. So hopefully you do have that, or hopefully this energy does come in where it's like, okay, I like this. This works. I'm going with it. And again, it could just be a conversation or learning things. The challenge when it comes to all pages is, once again, that they are fresh, younger types of energy. So it could represent something that's not fully developed, something that hasn't fully come to fruition just yet. Specifically with the Page of Wands, you want to watch your energy levels and how much you pour into something or someone. Because if you're doing a little too much, this page can burn out. Okay, but we're not going to go to the challenge just yet. So we'll talk about that when we clarify, because again, it could just be a conversation or some news coming your way, which I saw in the Cancer reading as well. When we have Nine of Cups moving into this, I like it. Onto the back end, it gets even better. We have the Six of Swords. Now, this is a card that can link to situations involving distance. It could represent travels, vacations, just going on a little adventure. To me, when I see this card, I think of improvement coming out of the choppy waters into the calm. There's a lot of positives to be said with this card. And the fact that it's air combined with the fire, there is a sense of explosiveness or something picking up steam quickly. So I do feel for a lot of you, any situations you might be dealing with, like there's a resolution coming. It's like a dissolving, if that makes sense. When it comes to the challenge of the Six of Swords, there are some. It could represent an individual you're connected to where you might feel they're not doing the right thing, or they're not holding up to all their responsibilities, or they're being very forgetful and not paying attention to the things that they should. This could also be a very flighty type of energy. So maybe there's someone you're connected to that's a little, I don't want to say flaky because that's mean, just flighty in their tendencies. But again, all of these cards are positive until proven otherwise. That's what I'm going to say. So we're going to get that down right there by the Celestite. I want to dive deeper on all the Pisces. Let's do it. Let's jump in and clarify. All right, let's get a good shuffle here for my Pisceans. What's going on, guys? And yes, this is where I go intuitive with the message, which means I just tell you how it feels to me. So feel free to do further research or rely on your base knowledge of tarot, because as you know, every single reading is about the reader's interpretation, and I'm just giving you mine. Let's go in on that Nine of Cups. And yes, if you're a reader yourself, please feel free to play along. That's why the box is here. If you're feeling any messages you want to give to Pisces, you drop it in the comments. I don't mind. Okay. What is this goodness? What is this 9 cups tower? And you're not really surprised about it. I like it. We have the tower in reverse here. I really do like this. Now, this could be representing a few different things here. There could be a win or a victory coming in and you're not really surprised by it. It's like your intuition kind of told you something was going to play out the way it did. So whether you're dealing with rough things or good things, to me, it's like, okay, well, I kind of knew it was going to happen that way. So I'm not really shocked or surprised. When I see the tower in reverse, it could also represent something returning very, very quickly, like surprisingly or shockingly too. So that's a little side message for some of you. Obviously, not every Pisces. The tower to me represents karmic cycles. And when I see it in reverse underneath the nine of cups, if there is something you are wanting to revisit, this could be either a surprising or a shocking return of some sort. That's what I'm picking up here. And it doesn't feel like it's something that's going to upset you. Aside from that, if we are talking about generalized energy and general wins and the comfort that I'm picking up here, you could have a sense of stability and insulation here, if that makes sense. Like I feel somebody in their bubble. It's like I'm cool, I'm good. All these towers, all this shocking energy, like I'm insulated from it. So hopefully that's spiritual protection. So I'm getting a lot of messages just streaming through here, Pisces, and we'll talk about it more during the recap. The tower, regardless of the form, it can be a little harsh to deal with. But again, the 3 main messages I'm picking up here for some of you is whether something goes good or rough. I mean, for a lot of you, I feel like it's good. You're not really surprised because your intuition was kind of telling you as much, or it's like, okay, well, I kind of knew that was going to happen. For another portion of you, this is something that you may want to return or revisit coming in surprisingly or shockingly. And then at the same time, and there's just a lot of power behind it, I also feel an insulation. Like we do have this comfort and an insulation around the towers from the outside. So whether it's your safe bubble or whatever we want to call it, let's just keep moving. Let's keep moving. Because again, like I've been saying with these 2 energies, there could be an unpredictability to it and all the other stuff that's happening. It doesn't feel rough to me, this tower. Even though it's there, even though it's intense, it doesn't feel rough. So let's see what's up with that Page of Wands. Maybe some of you have come to terms with something. That's possible too. I'm just going to stop adding messages to it. I feel like I can continue. So why is that Page of Wands here? Thank you. Yeah. Ace of Cups. Beautiful. Offers, opportunities. And just like I've been picking up since the very beginning, my friends, there is a lot of communicative energy showing up right here. So some of you just know when I have the Page of Wands and the Ace of Cups, this can be some sort of explosive talk when that pops in out of nowhere. So we have this vibe, and some of you might feel it in the air. That's what I'm saying with multiple things, because when we go from this energy to that energy, it's like, okay, well, I kind of feel it in there. My intuition's telling me something's coming, but I can't quite differentiate all of it. Everyone knows Pisces is very sensitive to energy. So if you feel like something's building up, it most likely is with the energy that I'm picking up here. Now, the Ace of Cups in the upright is beautiful, my friends. All aces are opportunities, they're all offers. And if we are not just speaking about a generalized talk or conversation that we're picking up here, again, it has a lot of the similar themes that this Page of Wands has. Like there's a lot of potential, there's a lot of possibilities. So for a lot of you, you could really start on some sort of new journey. Okay. And it could lead in a very prosperous place. Either that or there's a big offer coming in. Either, I mean, it could be both, it could be multiple things. With the way this energy is making me feel, I like it. So let's move in on the Six of Swords, then we'll do a quick recap before we get to the shadow. I'm liking what I'm feeling here. So it's like we definitely picked up where we left off last week. So why is the Six of Swords here? Thank you. Hermit. Okay. And things will calm down, but by the time that they do, I feel like the energy is going to be like on autopilot, if that makes sense. Where it's like something's going to get kicked in and like, yeah, you're going to have to put a little effort in, but you're not going to have to try so hard. It's like automated. This is a very bizarre type of energy I'm picking up here on the back end. And it doesn't necessarily have to be bad. Now, I just want to remind you, when it comes to intense energy, when I get the Six of Swords and the Hermit, for a lot of Pisceans out there, whether the energy is positive or whether it's challenging, I think it's very important as someone with Piscean placements myself. I know that we all could use a little solitude, like us and Scorpios and even Cancerians as water signs. there are certain times where we do need solitude, where too much of anything could be overwhelming for us. So keep that in mind. Like if things are going great, going well, you don't have to overdo it. You don't have to put yourself out there too much. Make sure you're making time for yourself. Keep your energy at base level. If you're going through tough times, the same thing goes. Like we had this insulated energy. Because when I see the Hermit, if you're not connected to a Virgo, this is a retracted, pulled back type of energy. Yes, there's a ton of wisdom. It's somebody that sees things clearly, but it's an energy that's pulling itself back here. So that's why it was giving me this weird automated energy, because we have all this energy sparking off and exploding here in the front. And then it's like, boop, all right, once it gets started, it's going. It's on autopilot. It's moving. I don't have to put in too much effort to make this thing go, if that makes sense. Now, again, I do feel like it's very important, whether things are going good or whether things are going rough, you make time for yourself. I think that's extremely, extremely important. Let's go through and do a quick recap here, Pisces. I would say overall, I love the energy this week. If you look in the box here, before we get into the shadow, position number 1, we have the 9 of Cups with the Tower in reverse. This gave me a lot of different things. Again, I was picking up that energetic sensitivity that a lot of you might feel something in the air, where it's like, okay, something does come in surprisingly, but I kind of knew it was coming. It's like giving me that kind of vibe. There's also a protective insulation here, so whether you're feeling comfortable or protected from something, I like this. And then I also get a revisiting or returning of something, especially if it's something you want to revisit. Moving to the center, we have the Page of Wands with the Ace of Cups. This could be a really big offer coming in for a lot of you. New direction, new journey, new path. I love it, and I think it's extremely claimable regardless of what you're going through. It feels really fantastic to me. And yeah, it could be an explosive talk as well. We're not going to stick to that one message alone. But again, there's this little thing about like feeling like something's brewing, feeling like something's in the air. And there are good results. Moving to the back end, like, yeah, once all this energy sparks off something, it's not going to take as much effort to make it move. I did get some sort of automated type of energy. I mean, just take that for whatever it's worth. That might be the most unique message I've gotten in like months, that something feels automated to me. But the 6 of Swords and the Hermit, just make time for yourself. Very important. Like whether things are going good, bad, or in between, as water signs, that's something we need to refresh our energy. Make sure we have some me time. Okay, so please take a screenshot if you want to look into that further. Let's see what's in the shadows here. So let's go. Let's shuffle this up. What's in the shadows for the Pisceans, please? What is happening? And yes, I always like to pull one shadow card at the very end just to see whether it's something within you or something you don't quite see. Shadow cards don't always have to be a challenge. They could be a good thing. So let's get you one. And if you've made it to this point in the reading, please feel free to check out channel memberships. I'll put a link for it in the comments below. It's a beautiful way to support the channel. And I have much love and appreciation for all my members. So let's get it going here. One shadow card. What's up? What is going on for Pisces? Thank you. Okay, strength. This is good, and I was picking this up in other water signs as well. When I see the strength card, it could mean a few different things. Now, a portion of you might be connected to Leo, and they could be showing up here with the strength card if that's not the case. I think of this as somebody's character, you know, their personality traits, their inner strength. So for some of you, it could be a very clear message where Spirit's telling you, Pisces, you're stronger than you think you are, and that could be a really beautiful thing. Strength can sometimes represent when Spirit's testing us or when Spirit is checking our progress. That could absolutely happen. But just know if there's certain things that you're refraining from or trying to fix, strength could be a certain temptation. So when I see strength in the shadows, just know there might be something that could pop up that will be very, very tempting for you in the near future. So yeah, Pisces, that's what I have for you this week, my beautiful friends. Don't click away just yet, though. I'm going to give you the details of the September subscriber surprise. If you would like to book a personal reading with me, you can check out my digital calendar at my website, mastermetaphysics.com. But for the September subscriber surprise, I'm giving away 2 copies of one of my favorite decks of all time, the beautiful Wizard's Tarot. It's gorgeous and it works great. So if you'd like to get your name in for this, it's 2 simple things. As always, my friends, first, you must be subscribed. And second, let me know down in the comments, where would you like to go for your dream vacation? What are you manifesting? Let me know. Let's bring it to fruition. You'll be entered to win. And at the end of the month, the winners will be announced in the community tab. As always, my friends, much love, and I'll see you again.